Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And our first bit of big news is that we got more images and information on the metal Build Lohengrin launcher. For 9,350 yen, around 90 US, you will be getting this incredibly detailed and also incredibly powerful backpack for your Astray blue frame. Even though it's designed for the blue frame, you can also hook it up to a metal Build Strike Gundam. So if you want this bad boy, pre-orders open today or yesterday, depending on your time zone, and then it'll be coming your way in March next year. And then the second thing was something that was sent to me by a viewer on Twitter. Yesterday, Bamco launched a short animated teaser trailer for a new video game that is called Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. Now, all we can see in that trailer is a certain Ensign Alma Stirner driving a jeep, who I guess is going to be the main character of this game. This is then followed by an announcement that we will be getting more updates on October 19th, and that the game will be out for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Now, considering both the name and the fact that the official Battle Operation 2 Twitter also tweeted about this, I think it's safe to assume that this game will be building on Battle Operation. The question is, how? Is it going to be like a short DLC-esque single-player story add-on to the actual game? Or is it going to be a fully fledged game, but just based on the engine, kind of like how they did with Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST? Whatever the case might be, we will soon find out. And then a somewhat sillier news topic is that this week was the 6th of October, which in Japanese becomes Dom Day. It's the same explanation as we've seen with many previous character-themed days before. So for the occasion, the official Gundam Channel YouTube channel released a 1 hour and 15-minute long compilation of all animated DOMs. Although, if you want to watch it, you're either gonna have to go to Japan or pretend that you're living in Japan with NordVPN. The VPN that protects your online data, just like the thick armor of a DOM, but still has superior speed, just like the DOM. So don't let Mikube steal this opportunity from you and get NordVPN. And if you use my link down below or the code KKRT, you'll get a 2-year plan plus bonus gift with a huge discount that you can use on 6 different devices. I will also have the DOM video linked down below as well. As for the Gunpla news then, on Monday they announced the start of Hiroko Moriguchi's custom Gunpla project. And if that name doesn't immediately ring a bell, she is the singer of Zeta Gundam's first opening, Mizuno Hoshi e Ai o Komete, and Eternal Wind from Gundam F91. Then in recent years, she's also released a variety of Gundam covers. And all of this stuff has earned her the nickname Gundam Goddess. And this Gundam Goddess has now created 3 custom Gunpla in honor of some of her songs. There is the very vintage looking RX-78-2 in honor of Beyond the Universe from Gundam The Origin 4. There is the watery looking Zeta Gundam in honor of Mizuno Oshie. And then there is the very strikingly orange F91, of course, in honor of Eternal Wind. And as I'm speaking, the voting is on for which one of these 3 is going to get an actual release. The problem is just that either the website is busted or they've got some seriously strong region locking, because even with my VPN set to Japan, I cannot seem to get any votes in. However, if you want to see Miss Moriguchi introduce her custom Gunpla herself, I will have a link to the video down below. And then on to the 2 pieces of news that I forgot to cover last week. First of all, the beta of Gundam Evolution concluded, and with that we also got the results of all of that testing. Overall, players were very positive about the game, commending it for its fast gameplay that was still easy to pick up and play. Another area of praise then was that the graphics were really nice, although the maps available for testing did feel rather cramped. a comment that I also saw appearing numerous times on the video when I covered the promotional images, the promotional video. Then, as for the mobile suits themselves, participants were really happy about how different they all felt and also how they were balanced. And the big fan favorite was the Pale Rider. However, something that caused the teams to be unbalanced were people quitting mid-game, something that they were able to do unpunished in the beta. So they already announced that going forward, a penalty system will be added. One more highlighted problem then was the lack of a minimap, something that was probably made even worse due to those small and cramped corridors that people had to navigate. And finally then, something that wasn't addressed was the very human-like motion of the mobile suits. Something that I, and also many other people pointed out, is that these 18 to 25 meter tall death machines moved less like giant mechs and more like people cosplaying as them. They just lacked a certain oomph or like impact to their motions, which to me, and I'm gonna assume that also the other people who spotted this, made the gameplay look kinda uncanny, like something wasn't quite right. So this seems like something we're gonna have to bring up in future beta testing when the testing also moves abroad. And then the second thing is something that I didn't really forget to mention, but something that I kind of forgot to elaborate on. And that is the G-Frame Full Armor X01 Kampfer and the NT1 Alex Chobham armor set. I did already say that it came with the Alex's Chobham armor, but in addition to that, it also comes with the full arsenal of the Kampfer itself, and as with the other full armor G-Frame figures, it also has armor on the back of its upper arms and the back of its thighs. And just like them, pre-orders are currently live, so I will have it linked down below. And if you do, this thing will be yours in February for 4,290 yen, around 35 US. As for the stuff we could get this week then, it unfortunately isn't a lot. You could get the weekly Mobile Suit Bible that features the Deadly Ball, and I gotta say, that cover image is pretty awesome. You could get ZAFT's Gundam book for 1,650 yen, around 15 bucks, that delves deeper into all of those Gundams that ZAFT made, and then with only a few exceptions, all got stolen. And then there's some Gundam paint you can get for 253 yen a pop, or like $2.50. From the Shars collection, there is Shars Custom Pink, Shars Custom Red, and Phantom Gray. And then from the Titans collection, you've got Titans Blue 1, which is nearly black, and Titans Blue 2. In other news then, they showed us the early bird reservation illustration for the Hathaway's Flash Blu-ray set. In Taipei, they're holding a Gundam running event until the end of this year, and they even made it into a competition between the Federation and Zeon. And then as part of the Anime Town Suginami campaign, Gundam flags have appeared in Suginami City's main shopping street, along with 4 other anime. The other 4 anime being Love Live, Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, Creamy Mommy, the Magical Angel, and Star of the Giants. And with that, it is already time to have a look at this week's Gundam apparel. Starting off with Bankore's Gundam Seed Destiny collection. A collection that features 4 of the more popular Gundam Seed Destiny pilots in a really nice tricolor design that has white, gray, and their signature color. There is the blue Kira Yamato, the red Athranzala, the red Kagali, and the pale blue Izak. Also, insert Hirai face joke here because at first I thought we were getting 2 Kiras, one in his pilot suit and then one in his regular military suit. But regardless of that, you can get these 4 similar faces on a t-shirt for 3,300 yen, 30 US, a tote bag for 2,200 yen, 20 US, a cushion cover for 3,520 yen, 30 US, an acrylic stand for 1,870 yen, 15 US, a full face towel with everyone on it for 3,300 yen, 30 US, and a pouch for 1,650 yen, 15 US. And they also include a picture on how your room would look if you decide to get the full set. And knowing how divisive Gundam Seed Destiny can be, I'm sure these images will either represent hell or heaven for the people watching. And talking about hell, we're also getting some hellishly cool MAFTI apparel from Bankore, with most of it being black and featuring a MAFTI emblem in red. The timeless, edgy design that you can get as a jacket for 11,000 yen, 100 US, a hoodie for 7,700 yen, 70 US, a t-shirt for 3,300 yen, 30 US, a tote bag for 2,970 yen, 25 US, and a bandana for 2,200 yen, 20 US. You can also get a more elaborate design on your t-shirt for 3,300 yen, 30 US, or you can go to the light side with this long-sleeved white t-shirt that will cost you 4,950 yen or 45 US. And then if you still need more MAFTI stuff, Cospa has you covered. For 4,290 yen, around 40 US, you can get a long sleeve t-shirt in either black with a white MAFTI logo or in red with a yellow logo. For 7,040 yen then, 65 US, you can get a sporty looking MAFTI jersey. For 13,200 yen, 120 US, you can either get a black or moss green MAFTI M51 jacket for all of your all-weather anti-Federation needs. And then for the same price, you can also get a nice thick MAFTI MA1 bomber jacket, also available in either black or moss green. And then finally, a MAFTI flag for 3,080 yen, around 25 US. And all of this apparel that I just talked about is currently slated for a December release, with the Bankore items being on pre-order as we speak. And then finally, from Strict G, we're getting the Gundam X 25th Anniversary Collection that went on sale today. It's always nice to see Gundam X getting some love. For 4,180 yen, 40 US, you can either get a black t-shirt with double X design or a gray t-shirt with really cool vintage Gundam auction design. Then for 4,730 yen, 45 US, you can get a navy pocket t-shirt with satellite system design. For 9,680 yen, 90 US, there is a jacket with double X design, which you can also get on a baseball cap for 5,830 yen, 55 US. And then finally, for 880 yen, around 8 US, you can either get a new United Nations Earth or Jamil pin. And then if you need somewhere to store all of that apparel or your other Gundam stuff, there is the Black TriStar Custom folding container for 7,150 yen, around 65 US. Reservations started today, and this thing can be yours in December. On to the Gundam Café news then. On Wednesday, the Hyakushiki Shichimi Pepper and Donburi set became available for pre-order for 2,950 yen, 25 US. And this Hyakushiki and Quattro themed bowl will be coming your way in December. And then, if you need some more spice, you can get the G Gundam Fierce Fighting Champion Curry set. For 6,380 yen, around 60 US, you will be getting 2 packages of medium spicy Gundam Fight Champion Curry, 2 packages of sweet Sekiha Love Champion Curry, and then 2 plates to go along with the curries. And then to wrap up this week's Gundam news, we're gonna have a look at Gundam.info's ongoing poll and the results of one of their previous polls. So right now, you too can cast your vote on which one is your favorite Gunpla from the upcoming Battlogue series. And well, so far, we have 2 very clear brackets. In dead last place with 54 votes is the Gundam Live Lands Heaven. By all accounts, I would say that this is a pretty good looking thing, which also has a pretty cool gimmick going for it, but admittedly, it does have some very stiff opposition. But it could still catch up to the next machine in the poll, the Blazing Gundam, with 69 votes. Nice. And then the leader of this first bracket is the Gundam Helios. And I guess it is quite surprising that this thing is only in 4th place, considering how heavily it was featured in the Gundam Breaker mobile game. But regardless, we are now moving into the top bracket with a super close call for second place. With 212 votes, we have the Gundam 00 Command Quanta, and with 221 votes, we have the Gundam Barbatauros, which is essentially a battle between a very down-to-earth utilitarian design and an over-the-top edgy design. I'm definitely curious who's going to win this one, and in this case, I'm rooting for the Quanta. And then all the way in first place with 296 votes is the Perfect Strike Freedom. And I'm not surprised, it is a very interesting custom of the Strike Freedom, which then also kinda doubles as a refined version of the Perfect Strike. I am still a bit split between this thing and Helios, mainly because I'm not a huge fan of that bulky looking sort of the Perfect Strike Freedom, but I did eventually go with that thing. And again, if you two want to vote in this poll, I will have a link down below. And then finally, the results of which one of the 3 main Gundam Seed factions you would want to join. To absolutely nobody's surprise, Orb completely crushed the competition with 68.7% of the votes. Although, as I said in my original coverage, purely looking at it from a grunt perspective, Orb might not necessarily be the best side to be on. Although, from an ideological standpoint, it's not difficult to see why most people would vote for Orb, especially with hindsight. However, I do find it funny that the author mentions that Orb might have gotten many of its votes because people wanted to pilot the Akatsuki Gundam. And this has always been kind of a pet peeve of mine. I know it's all part of the fantasy and whatnot, but if you were actually a person in the cosmic era, at best, you would be piloting a grunt mobile suit. Especially in Orb with its noble families, where the Akatsuki was tailor-made for Kigali. But regardless, in second place there's ZAFT, which is also very understandable considering that for a large portion of Gundam Seed Destiny, they were the best and most rational faction around. Frankly, the only reason of their downfall was because Kira and friends took over as the main characters halfway. And then finally, in third place is the Earth Alliance. And the author here only focuses on your potential combat ability as a reason for people not choosing the Earth Alliance. Sure, if you're a natural, you are at a disadvantage against a coordinator, but it's not as simple as that. The Earth Alliance has more men, the power of their main machine is typically somewhere in between the 2 main machines used by ZAFT, so it all kinda balances out. Instead, I think there are more pressing matters for people deciding to join one of the other 2 nations rather than the Earth Alliance. And I think they might be the exact same reasons as to why many Alliance soldiers in-universe decided to quit and join up with either ZAFT or the 3 Ships Alliance. Like, personally, I wouldn't have much against joining the Eurasian Federation because, well, it is very much the Atlantic Federation that is behind many of the issues of the Earth Alliance, whether it is their hatred of coordinators or their very itchy nuclear trigger finger. But anyways, that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.